Hi guys, welcome to Full Time Devils. I'm Adam McCullough. We are live and we are talking Romelu Lukaku. Is he on his way out of Manchester United? The Marzio are this evening reporting, I say this evening, they've just broken this news that talks have begun with Inter Milan over Romelu Lukaku joining the Italian side, the Serie A side. Now we've heard all summer that this is a move that could happen. Is it about to kick off right about now? This is MUFC Transfer Daily Live. This is Full Time Devils. And I am Adam McCullough. Welcome to the show. We'll be talking all things Romelu Lukaku and all things Manchester United transfer. So make sure you're keeping it locked. Getting your thoughts in the comments as well on Romelu Lukaku. Do you want to see him go? Do you want to see him stay? If he goes, who do you want to see replace him? Let us know in the comments below. But right now, we're hearing news that Romelu Lukaku could be on his way out. Fabrizio Romano and Marzio are reporting it. Now, they're reasonably reliable. They've got some good reliability. They don't get everything right. Of course they don't. But in Italy, they know their onions. And they're saying Inter Milan representatives are in London. Now, United do have offices in London. They're in London to hold talks with Manchester United over the move of Lukaku. Now, United have been confident of recouping the £75 million that we paid Everton for the striker a couple of seasons ago, which is obviously we need to be getting a maximum transfer fee for this player. Regardless of opinions on him and all that stuff, he's still a goal scorer. He will still score goals wherever he goes, and he's only 26 years old, so he's guaranteeing goals for whoever buys him. If he stays at Manchester United, I'm in a half a mind of thinking we should hold on to him, and I'll tell you why a little bit later. Although I don't mind if he does leave, if we replace him. We have to get somebody else in with that money that comes in for him. And that's the big hold-up point with this deal. We've heard Inter Milan, Antonio Conte want Romelu Lukaku all summer long. Romelu Lukaku has even been speaking about a potential move to Serie A and to the Italian side, Inter Milan. He even spoke about Juventus as well, and they've been rumoured with a move for him. Although you doubt Juventus would come in for him, given they've just signed Cristiano Ronaldo. They're in talks for other players as well. They might get Matis de Ligt, etc., etc. They're spending lots of money at Juventus, so they might not prioritise a move for Lukaku. Inter Milan, Antonio Conte, they've made him their priority, and Romelu Lukaku is seemingly very open to a move. He said so himself when he was at the UEFA Nations League with Belgium, that he'd be open to a move, but of course he said it's left in the club's hands. He's now training with Manchester United out on pre-season tour in Australia, so if any move goes down, obviously we'd hear it first when he's actually left the camp and stuff like that. But Inter Milan are in position for talks. I don't think they can afford him, to be totally honest. We're hearing all sorts of things about, structured deals and this, that and the other, and loan deals with options to buy and this, that and the other. A loan deal wouldn't make sense for Manchester United unless there's a guaranteed commitment to give up that dash at the end of it. But we need money that we're going to reinvest back into the side. Now, United may reinvest that money into the side with the knowledge that it's going to come to them in a year or so's time. But we need that cash money right there, right up front, to be getting another player in. We can't be just relying on Rashford, Martial and Greenwood for the goals. We need another striker if Romelu Lukaku does leave. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below as well, guys. Get your thoughts in, get liking the video, get sharing, all that good stuff. At the moment, I can see Mazen saying we should swap for Skriniar. I don't think we should be swapping. We need to get that money. MP says Lukaku stay. Elijah says United is so depressing right now. Kariron Dua, is that how you say it? Says I hope he goes. Who is better, Lukaku or Ben Yedder? Says Uze. As a goal scorer, I'd say Lukaku. Maybe as someone that's going to play across the line, can play in optional positions, can help link up play, Ben Yedder. But as an actual goal scorer, as someone that offers you more goals, I'd say Lukaku. Muppet Crazy wants Maguire at Manchester United and says he is worth the £70 million. Zach says Callum Wilson. Lol. So I'm not sure if he's actually being serious there. Get Yedda, says George. Owners will just hoard the money, says Darius, like they did that Ronaldo money. Bring back Zlatan, says Jordan. Who would I want as his replacement, says Sayesh. It's an interesting one. Do you sign a winger that's guaranteed to play and then let Martial, Rashford and Greenwood rotate it? Or do you sign a player that can play through the middle and play left and play right? Part of me feels like you just chuck a big chunk of money at someone like Jadon Sancho. Say, there's your right wing. We've got Daniel James that can play left wing. We've got Martial that can play left wing. And then you have Rashford through the middle. But, like I said, we need guaranteed goals. Is Jadon Sancho that much of a guaranteed goals? Also, we could probably still get another striker as well. If Ben Yedder's coming in at 35 million or whatever his release clause is, then I'd be happy with that. What's going on with Griezmann to Barcelona? Is that happening? We don't want to get involved in another saga. Of course we don't. But if he was available, possibly go for him. But we can't get many players with Europa League football. I think we would have had Jadon Sancho already if we had Champions League football. Nabil says, what about Victor Lindelof transfer? We've heard rumours linking Victor Lindelof, and his agent's been speaking about interest from massive clubs. Obviously, I hope Victor Lindelof stays. I'd hate to see him leave, but I'm not surprised to see big teams are in for him. I forgot all about Alexis Sanchez. Great Abdu says Alexis Sanchez as number 9. For some reason, I'm not holding out hope that he's going to come good, but maybe he could surprise me. Sayesh says, would you take Icardi? I'd take Icardi without all the baggage and the hassle and the headache that his agent and he brings. Vic's going nowhere, says the Nuts 87. Johan says, I hope Rom stays. What would you rate Lukaku's time at the club out of 10? 6.5. Because he's had some very good moments. He scored a lot of goals in his first season. Second season was pretty trash, but a lot of players performed, badly. Manny says, give Sanchez a chance. He seems happy on the training pitch, says Michael. What happened to the Koulibaly transfer, says Van City. He's obviously being involved in the African Cup of Nations at the moment, but I can't see Koulibaly leaving for the kind of money that Napoli want, which is around fucking £100 million. For a player that's a couple of years from 30, don't make sense. Daniel says, not going to Oz. I leave for Australia tomorrow, guys. So I leave for Perth tomorrow. I arrive there on Friday. I'm at the game on Saturday. We'll have fan cams for you from Australia. Keep up to date with everything that's going on. I'll have daily videos from there as well. I'll be doing the Transfer Daily lives. We'll have a vlog every other couple of days. Loads of stuff going on around the tour. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It's all at Full-Time Devils. So yes, we will be in Perth and in Singapore. Paul says, I think Lukaku would kill it in Serie A, and I agree with you as well. I think he would kill it. Cheers, Zach. Thank you for the wishes. Any update on David De Gea long-term deal, says Nabil. Obviously, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was asked about him today in the press conference that he held out in Perth, and he said that he's hopeful that he will sign a new deal. With the last we heard on that was we offered him a deal which was closer to something that he wants. So hopefully a deal is struck very soon. But we've not heard many rumours linking him with a move away from the club. So I'd assume that all is going well with that. Rohit says letting him go without signing a replacement would be a big mistake, and I totally agree with you there as well, mate. KJW says Lukaku is 26, still has so much time left to become the world-class player he has potential to be. Tom Travel says we desperately need a centre-half in. And Calvin says Bruno Fernandes just scored. Yes, if you remember the other day, we were talking about Bruno Fernandes potentially being pulled out of the friendly, which was taking place today ahead of a move. Well, obviously, as you can tell, he hasn't been pulled out of the friendly because according to Calvin, he's just scored. The last already did start, so it is quite possible he has scored. One has to go, Pogba or Lukaku, says name. The obvious choice there would be letting Lukaku go, in my opinion. Muppet thinks Lukaku is already world class. We need at least one world class player for defence, midfield and attack, says Manny. Eddie's saving the money and putting himself in the squad, says Hound. That sounds like something that is right up Ed Woodward Street. Thank you, Brian. Paul says Mason Greenwood needs more game time. Who, if you could get in one signing, who would you go for, says Jordan? It would be a centre-back. It would be Alderweireld, Koulibaly, Maguire. Varane, someone like that, a centre half. Obviously, I know Varane's unrealistic. So just to recap for Joe and the rest of the people that have been joining us late here on Full Time Devils, and while I'm recapping, make sure you're hitting that like button as well and getting your thoughts in on the latest rumours linking Romelu Lukaku with a move to Italy. Yes, there's been reports from Marzio that Inter Milan representatives are in London at the Manchester United offices that we have there in London for talks with United over a move for Romelu Lukaku. Now, we have heard various different stories about them offering players plus cash, loan deals with commitments to buy, this, that and the other, but we need to know if they've got the money for Rom. United wants £75 million. We're hearing rumours that Juventus are already also interested in Romelu Lukaku, but Inter Milan and Antonio Conte believed to be at the front of the queue for the player. The player is open to a move to Inter Milan, to Serie A, to Italy, so it's a move that could possibly happen if Inter Milan have the money. Do they have the money that Manchester United will find acceptable? That remains to be seen. So obviously, if anything happens, you'll hear from us here on Full Time Devils. Remember, we are out in Perth for the pre-season tour, so if you're at any of the games in Perth, in Singapore and all of that, make sure you're hitting us up for a fan cam. But yeah, that's the latest in terms of Romelu Lukaku's potential move to Italy. Inter Milan representatives are in London for talks with Manchester United ahead of a potential transfer, according to Marzio. Now, as you know, Marzio does get things right quite a lot. Fairly reliable source coming out of Italy, but of course they do get things wrong as well. And just because Inter Milan reps are there for talks doesn't mean a move is gonna happen. So obviously we have to take these things with a pinch of salt and just wait and see. Who's there says Adam Maguire is overrated. Lime and Onion says Icardi would be good at United. Safe flight, thank you, Manny. Mino's told Pogba to say he wants a new challenge. I don't truly believe Pogba wants to move, says Ben. Could it be all something for a new deal, or could he actually want to move? I wouldn't be surprised if he did want to leave, because, you know, from a footballing perspective, we're not in a great position at this moment in time. Sage says, I think we desperately need a top-class centre defensive midfielder who is fast, who can tackle. I think that will sort out our midfield. Looks like Inter is a done deal for Rom, says Mark. If it is a done deal, you'll hear from us first here at Full Time Devils. Make sure you're keeping it locked for more transfer news updates, for more Manchester United updates, and for more as we head out on the pre-season tour tomorrow. Make sure you're keeping it locked to Full Time Devils. For now, I'm Adam McCullough. I'm out of here.